What up, Kev? What up,
What's
man?
up, man?
My bad. It was
What's up
late.
there,
It was late.
old man Summer?
Oh, nah. This is what's happening. This is what happened. So I've been teaching Sarai how to DJ, and we were
Oh,
working on our blends right now, and kind of got
wow.
into it. So then, so that I lost
Oh,
track of time entirely. So
that's
yeah,
infinitely more important than this.
yeah, yeah. I told you I had a good excuse this time around.
Oh,
So
it's an
yeah.
excuse.
It's crazy, man. Like, um, yeah, like I don't know. You teach this when you're teaching somebody to do something, especially DJing or whatever. Like, you're also either reigniting or learning
Hmm.
something that you didn't know before. So I have to like force myself to let her do it because I'm like now I'm on there having fun. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like I'm like trying to okay, she's the one learning here. You can't do a whole set. You know what I mean? So
You trying to show off?
yeah, I'm like, yo, check this out. Some whack ass scratches. Scratches is trash. But what's up with you, Kev?
Man, chilling, chilling, chilling,
What?
chilling. Nice. Did you have a
I
good Labor Day weekend, buddy? Did your neighbor kill you?
you know what, man? Did Julio try? No, I had a horrible Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
Actually.
wow.
Big shout out to my man Julio. But yeah, my car broke down
Oh.
that Friday night. Yeah, so I didn't have a car till Tuesday. Well, actually, Wednesday. No, that's a lie. My car got back the next Friday, so I didn't have a car for a whole week.
Dang.
So yeah, I was shut down. How about yours, man? How was your Labor Day weekend?
Better than yours.
Infinitely.
Every weekend seems super busy though, but the last couple weekends though we've chilled out done a pretty good job of chilling out.
Yeah, well, my wife does not know what chill out means. At all,
Dude,
period.
what is
Like,
that?
I have no idea, but she's devoid of the word and is not letting up
Yo,
at all.
if we could find a chill slash pillow extraneous pillow balance in this house, it would be so good. Less pillows, more chilling.
More chill. I'm not even gonna front. Yeah, for real.
For
Yeah,
a house
wow.
for a house that is very small, it's fine for us. I'm not complaining. It's a modestly sized house. To have so many pillows, and I know there are so many pillows in this house, but when I need one,
So you have the pillows that you can't like if you get caught sleeping on them.
oh no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. And
So all pillows
if a
are
pillow shows its face in this house, it's fair game.
it's okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I've heard of people like
Oh yeah,
okay, those you can't lay on those pillows or like can't lay your head on those or whatever.
yeah. That's I have
That's where you
God
draw the
bless.
line,
If that's
Kev?
what you're dealing with, God bless you. I've been somehow
That's
able to navigate that line.
oh man. Opening question, by the way. I know you're into the U.S. Open, so
Uh-huh.
I know that was part of
Well,
your week's worth of watching, right?
if it wasn't for my wife, I would have far fewer pillows and I probably wouldn't be as into the US Open. But she's
Okay.
really into it, and so yeah, we've gone a couple times, lucky enough to go a couple times when we were in New York, and then
Oh, dope.
yeah, we try to watch, But then are you Spectrum Charter on your cable?
I am not. I got rid of Spectrum quite a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nah.
So, yeah, the one or whatever 2 week period, because we try and watch as much as we can, but this 2 week period, once a year, when we would choose to turn ESPN on, they Spectrum gets into this beef with Disney, and which affects ESPN and everything else. If I was watching Archer in real time, it probably would have screwed that up as well, I think. But
Yes, it likely would have.
yeah, so we had to shell out extra dough just to get like ESPN Plus for a month, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, Spectrum is nothing short of trash, and their internet service is okay, but their cable service, man. You know, the thing is, these cable companies are dying anyway, right? Like not dying,
Yeah.
but they're kind of just in the way at this point. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And
That,
they're doing everything they can to hold on, and it seems to always be a bit disruptive or disruptive on occasion.
that's what I was telling wifey. Is like they're doing this. I get it. Whatever. You want to be tough guy. You know. You want to.
Yeah.
You want to be like the San Fernando Valley Ron DeSantis or whatever, and go head up with Disney. Whatever. That's up to you. But I'm like, it's not going to take that much for people to really start exploring. All I need is the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
It's real.
I don't know if there are any actual good options without doing some crazy Elon Musk Starlink.
I have been. I mean, to be fair, we have like everything though. Like we do a lot, and that's so we have the Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus bundle, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we have YouTube TV, and of course, like basically most, if not all, most of the other streaming services.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So, and the thing is, just to kind of make this part of the show even more boring. The thing is that basically it's all of those services combined, including YouTube TV, is slightly less expensive than our cable package was.
Okay.
So it's
how
like
how are you getting internet?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so we do get the internet through Spectrum.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
And then the cable package is basically, you know, if you take all our Max, Hulu, Netflix, blah 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 blah, and bundle it all together, including YouTube TV, it's slightly less expensive than the cable portion of our Spectrum bill. Just by an inch. It might be more now with the prices going up, but so that's why we made the switch.
Yeah. Whatever. And then the way we have Disney Plus, evidently, we couldn't just add ESPN to the bundle.
Oh.
And I got Hulu through Spotify or something. It's a web of intrigue that I didn't feel like dealing with on Saturday morning or whatever, whenever it was. And it finally came to a head.
I mean, I probably shouldn't say it. I'm not gonna say the rest of it. I'll tell you off air, but yeah. I definitely watch my games. I'll put it that way. Mm-hmm. I had no problem watching sports over here. I might have to refresh a couple times, but it is what it is. Oh, word. You know what? I have a couple more things to talk about, but I want to get to the other side a little early. Maybe we'll actually get to the topics if we do that.
Yeah.
So, Kev, let's get to the other side. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Rap Sucks Radio. Blah, 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 blah.
What up, y'all? You are live on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
The Pillow King.
That reminds me of that joint. Not specifically, but the title. Bet I don't get that in one night. Bet I do. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you would like to catch past episodes of our show, you can go to rapsucksradio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you would like to catch us on your television, go to BTSN, that's Behind the Scenes Network. Download the app or channel on your Roku or any of your Amazon Fire devices, or go to the web at btsn.pass or .watch or .tv or one of those, or all of those. And you can catch us with plenty of other dope content. BTSN Behind the Scenes Network, we want in. On social media, man, it's RSR Podcast on Facebook and Rap Sucks Radio on Instagram. And I keep forgetting that. I keep thinking we are, but are we automatically on Threads or we're not? Thread?
No.
Is it Threads or Thread? All right, cool. I don't know if, we don't. We're on Twitter. Are we on Twitter, Kev?
I don't think so. I don't think Twitter exists anymore.
Are we on X? Whatever. Such a stupid ass. All right. Nah, he can name his crap whatever he wants.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the topics, U.S. Open. Again, we brought that up earlier. I actually didn't get a chance to watch, but I love how Coco's presenting herself right now.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I love it. I love it very much. She's very much avoiding nonsense, sticking straight to what's important. Grateful for her opportunities. Like, you cannot ask for better U.S. Open champion. And aside from that, man, I don't really watch the men's as much generally. I know it was supposed to be pretty competitive this year, but I didn't really catch it this year. So how was it? Long story short.
Yeah, I mean, what we were able to catch, I enjoyed. And there were some new faces, which is, is always good to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always a good time, man.
I am also in the process, Kev, of teaching my youngest daughter where she's playing basketball, as I think I mentioned before on the show. She has games every weekend now. They're now in Long Beach, Torrance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a match. Long story short. But
go find all the other Japanese people.
Hey. You said it, I didn't. But it brought me to so this no allows thing is pissing me off. It's been pissing me off for a minute. So I got to clear the air right here on Rap Sucks Radio because it's really pissing me off, and I got to not. I had taken this thing to where I'm like, it's moratorium on all sports media. I feel like they're racist and trash.
All right, well, talk to me. Fill me in here.
All right. So you're familiar with No Allows, the I guess world champion track runner.
Oh yes. But I didn't. I saw that he might have put his foot in his mouth, but I didn't.
Well, I don't
read
think
or
he put his
see
foot
what
in
he
the
said.
mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he basically
because he talked about being a world champion, right, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So,
but I don't know exactly how he said it. Do you?
He basically said that, and this is the thing that's crazy, right? So, my start off here is we are quite a distance from fist in the air on the podium right now.
Uh-huh.
Like, we're way on the other side of this now. I guess we are completely in a different world. He basically said, and I quote, "You know what hurts me the most." So he wins. They put the microphone in his face. He gives his gratefulness, and then he just says, "But you know what hurts me the most?" And I want to stop there, right? What hurts you the most? Bro, there's like every 15 seconds a child is kidnapped. Like, the NBA naming their trophy or championship world champion hurts you the most? The most, Kev.
But
do you know how much other stuff is going on? But
he likes children getting harmed.
I'm just imagining. I mean, at least more than the NBA, right? Like, no. I'm sorry. Like, excuse me, Mr. Lyles. There were just 17 murders in a racist tirade.
Yeah, but the trophy though.
But the NBA though. The other thing is, there's a lot of gloating going on, and this is my issue, and has always been sort of my issue. This is what I brought up about Bud Light a little while ago, right? See, I am not a big person of patriotism is weird to me, right? And largely because it's fleeting. If I'm truly about patriotism, I'm upset with Bud Light, but I don't want them to go near, lose their like American jobs to be lost, right? Uh-huh. If I'm truly about patriotism, I don't want the U.S. to lose to prove a point, right? Like, so that's why I don't believe in patriotism. It's very much like selective nonsense, and often, and there's a lot of racism embedded in it normally. But here's my biggest point.
There is here.
Yeah. Here's the biggest point. Kev, did the players name the championship? Like, why are we going after the players? Like, the players are like, let me ask you a question. If there was a equivalent of the NBA, I'm talking in salary and everything for track, national, right? And they got paid as much as LeBron James got paid. Do you think that Noah Lyles would turn all of that down if the national trophy said world on it? Do you think he'd say, no, give all the money back, no more contract, not doing this, y'all got to change that or I walk?
Well, let me ask you something. Was this, because I know there was like 15, I don't know what, if it's just the season for it, but there's been like a few different track and field competitions over the last month and a half.
There's a lot.
Was this at the World Athletics?
Yeah. Yep.
So the same one that Sha'Carri set the record, or did she? She set a personal best.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and I assumed a lot, but I didn't care that much, so I was just making assumptions that he was saying that he was proud to be an actual quote unquote world champion, as opposed to a sport watched by millions and millions of people around the world where the Americans are the only ones playing in the NBA, or not the only ones, but it's an American league that then calls themselves world champions. Is that so?
Well, yeah. I thought it was pretty selective, by the way, but yes, there are no other leagues outside of the NBA.
Right.
There are no more national
and the same thing as Major League Baseball or
No. That doesn't happen in Major League Baseball. I'm being facetious, but yes.
Oh, he was specifically focused on basketball.
He specifically focused on the NBA.
So he's being a goofy.
They call themselves world champs.
You made a good point. I thought I saw the story. I didn't care, and then I saw someone post something which I didn't entirely read, and I just your comment happened to be on top, probably because you're one of the only people I pay attention to. Is you said something about the Olympics, where generally speaking, the Americans go in there, and unless they really screw something up, they smash everybody anyway.
Correct.
So, what? Like,
no? Now, what people are trying to say, and again, this is my fault, is that the Olympics and the FIBA are two different things, and winning the Olympics doesn't make you a world champion. And I'm like, before there was FIBA. Like before there was any of this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know a lot about the other sports or whatever, right? So, but this goes to my argument now. Germany won the FIBA tournament. Canada took third. Serbia took second. Not just by opinion, but statistically, the best players on those three teams play in the NBA.
Sure. Okay.
So if let's say you take the Denver Nuggets right now, right, as constructed, and you say, all right, the winner of the Lithuanian tournament, the winner of the Serbian tournament, the winner of the Canadian tournament, Canadian leagues and all those other leagues have to play against the Denver Nuggets, the NBA champions, right? That means that Jamal Murray, great Canadian player, of course Jokic, best player in the league arguably right now, Serbian player, would have to play for the Denver Nuggets. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he plays in the NBA. So it would be the NBA champions, including these foreign players that are there, versus the... So what people are trying to turn this into is a U.S. player argument versus a European player argument, right? That's what people have turned this into.
To what end?
That's my point. And also the point of somebody as doofus as Gilbert Arenas.
So this FIBA tournament is a tournament.
It's a tournament. It's a world tournament. Yeah.
How long does it last? If you go from start to finish, how many games are you going to play?
I think it was 6 games, 6 or 7 games.
Six games. How many games are in the average regular season NBA?
82. 82
exactly.
Without the playoffs.
Seems a little different.
Just a little. A little.
It seems like even the most talented person could end up going through a world of different circumstances during an 82-game season.
It's arguable.
to have to last. And then during the regular season to then make it to the postseason. Right?
Yeah.
It's almost as though it's a different thing.
It is a different thing, but it's a tournament, right? So if you're going to, first of all, congratulations to Germany, straight up and down. It's kind of whack, and this is another thing, to undermine a group of champions or winners with nonsense like this. Because now we're not talking about Germany being champion, crediting them. We're talking about how bad the U.S. is. But I just want to bring this up. And everybody's like, everything's not about race. And I'm like, all right, well, sure. First of all, the Major League Baseball has not been brought up whatsoever. Right? World Series. But whatever. I don't particularly care. One way or the other, I don't care. Mm-hmm. I would say at this point, Major League Baseball has less of an argument of being the actual world champions than the NBA does. Right? But that's neither here nor there. My greater point here is this whole thing is to undermine the success of black athletes. And I've seen this done quite a bit. It's been a thing, right? So my only questions are, and they will remain the main questions. One, do the players name their championship? If not, then all of this needs to be directed at NBA ownership and league management, right? I'm expecting a lot of questions to go towards, the president of the NBA, CEO, all of that. Because I can't imagine I can't remember a time where the players was like, yo, we're going to name this. Call it what we want to call it.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. But my second question is, and I said this earlier. What's up with all the, what's patriotism? Like, we just change at one day is paid, we're patriot. Nah. USA versus the world. Oh, no. Except in this, right?
It's flag ego. It's like, Universal Records. There's probably better music somewhere else in the universe. Especially compared to Universal Records. But we only have but it is what it is. It'd be like somebody going up and winning a Grammy and saying, I shouldn't be limited to the best rap artist of the year. I'm better than any. That's like some Kanye marketing.
It is.
But who cares?
Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah. That's a good argument. Like, okay.
For that brief moment, he was Kanye and the NBA was Taylor Swift. For that brief moment.
And everybody's carrying him on his shoulders. And I'm like, if this is like the most
Why, though? Why?
Thomas sports moment ever. Well, because this is what you want. Like, people might think I'm putting dubs on it, but whenever you get one of us to undermine one of us, that's when everybody gets hyped. Like, oh, yeah, now we got one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and look, we could go on and talk about the racism in the NBA and in the narrative around the NBA since the beginning. Many people would argue against me here, but I'm not saying Magic Johnson didn't play a part in reviving the NBA. But it should be remembered that the NBA was getting ready to go bankrupt before Magic and Bird. Many people say Magic Johnson and Larry Bird revived the NBA. I say Larry Bird revived the NBA. And if you read enough and understand enough, you'll know why I say that. It wasn't innuendo. It wasn't subtle. Fans and writers were saying that there are too many black players. Mm-hmm. We don't want to come here and watch black players. Fans were saying that. So Larry Bird and his success and Kevin McHale or whatever. That's why the story was like Boston, even though Boston had Casey Jones, a black coach, several black players, Robert Parrish, I want to say Dennis Johnson. I don't want to mess up his name.
Years later.
Rest in peace, Dennis Johnson. You know, what I'm saying?
There was a long period of time that the only player I would have been able to name would have been Parrish.
Well, Boston had, I don't think the first black player, definitely not, but you know, they had a very successful black team. Elgin Baylor is a hero, but the way that we saw Boston in the 80s was they were the white team and the Lakers were the black team. I mean, in spite of Kurt Rambis, Pat Riley, but that was the marketing of it, right? Magic Johnson was a star, Larry Bird was a star, so this all of a sudden made Boston white and the Lakers
Boston.
black. Yeah, there's that too.
So there's a thing.
Yeah. This is years before Marky Mark was beating up Asians. So, what? We can't talk about that? Are we supposed to forget about Marky Mark? You know.
Just National Treasure Marky Mark? No, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we supposed to forget? Like, I got to talk about OJ every 5 minutes, but Marky Mark gets a good vibration himself out. You know what I'm saying?
You have to talk about OJ every 5 minutes?
We got to bring up.
And your car broke down? Good Lord.
All right, so I'm all over the place. My point here is the players don't name they don't name it that.
Oh.
When it was named in 1950, there were 3 black players in the NBA, and that was the first 3 black players in the NBA in 1950. The first actual the color barrier was broken in 1947 by a Japanese man. Like, all of this, basically all I'm saying is we didn't have nothing to do with this. So that's on y'all. Like, y'all the ones that called it that. You should be after the ownership and Donald and you know.
But it all came up in the conversation, got started and twisted and tangled and all that because this one guy said what he said in a moment.
Yes,
of
because
excitement.
of who he is. Because of who he is, and his success in and of itself, and that's the other thing. Like,
but I assume he's a relatively young guy, right?
Yeah, a young guy, man.
So I think we can be fairly certain, or I'd like to think, that after it all went down, and he was off camera or whatever, that somebody close to him pulled him aside and said, us is all they're going to talk about now. They're not going to talk about you winning. They're not going to talk about how well you did. Now this is for anybody who didn't know your name before this is what they know about you.
I wonder if that's the era now. Is that where we are? Like, and how old am I going to sound when I say this? I feel like Fizz is going to have something to say about my next statement. Like, are we in, and we have been before, mind you, there's several, go back to the Marilyn Monroe days, or the quintessential star actress like character, right? That, all publicity is good publicity. Like, that's not new, right? But are we to the point now where being infamous is everybody's goal?
I don't,
you know what I'm saying?
I think there are very few people who are built for it. They might think they are.
Sure.
A lot of young people think they are because they're young, and that's just part of, getting a little bit of maturity and maybe a little bit of punishment under your belt. And then, if you make it through, then it's like, yeah, that was probably pretty stupid, But I definitely think there's a temptation to believe that that's where it's at. But I think they find out very quickly that it's not, There's only a couple people in this world I can think of that are genuinely good at it. And Kanye's not even one of them.
Kanye's definitely not one of them.
He sucks at it.
Literally
he tries
crazy in
really
front of
hard.
Everybody. Yeah.
He tries super hard, but he's not that good at it.
I don't know anybody that is.
I can think of 2 people.
Name one. Okay.
Trump.
Musk. Okay, you think he's good at it? and Musk.
I think
that
Trump
they're
is
both
fantastic at it. That's all he's good at.
being infamous.
Yeah, being a
Trump-
dum-dum and really committing to it. Like to the
I-
level
I
where
get
it's like,
that,
yeah,
But what I'm saying is social media has taught us something. And for all intents and purposes, Rap Sucks Radio, Rap Sucks Radio is like hip hop, hip hop and social media commentary. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What I like to say about Rap Sucks Radio is it's like two people who grew up on hip hop and are presenting things from that perspective, right? With that being said, we do talk about social media a lot. And what I've noticed in social media and what you've noticed, right, is even people who give, I don't know, let's just say off-putting opinions on their Facebook page. By the 6th or 7th, and I might be giving it too far, really by the second or third disagreeing response, they've lost it. They've completely lost it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then you're going to find a thread where they're just cursing out whoever, and then they're blocking them and no longer friends. And this is the Trump and Musk are the epitome of this. Musk couldn't take criticism so much that he bought Twitter and changed it. Trump couldn't take it so much that he basically caused an insurrection. And you see what I'm saying? Like these are not people who are standing up in the face of making themselves the enemy and being comfortable with it. These are people who are able to have these outbursts a la Kanye, but they're falling apart right in front of you. Now, Musk might be the least falling apart, but still, if I got the most money in the world, then I'm not going to lose those battles. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still going to look like a clown.
Trump is knocking on 80, and he uses social media better than anybody I've ever met in my life. And the reason why is because he will commit to something that is totally silly and goofy with his whole, the area where your heart normally is for a human being, his whole chest. He will commit to that goofiness. And then he will completely, when he decides, change his mind to the exact opposite thing and commit to that on the same social media platform. That's a skill that I don't know anybody else who has that. I literally, it's, I would assume some sort of borderline sociopathic kind of behavior. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sociopathic thinker. and Musk just, the only thing that's going to challenge Musk is that he's young enough that a nerd who couldn't get laid in college and had to create an app is about to whip his ass in front of millions of people because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. Trump's a little bit too old for, I'm sure there are many people who want to whip his ass, but he's a little, he's going to be able to avoid the actual
Trump, Donald Trump, and actually by extension Elon Musk, are. Paul Mooney tells a joke about Schwarzenegger. How using some people like to say Schwarzenegger because it edges right on being able to say, right? Mm-hmm. And that's Donald Trump. He edges right on the edge of these things, but doesn't all the way go over the top a lot. So he can always have an out when you accuse him of being, sexist or racist or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Elon Musk has followed that path completely, and the only way you can accomplish this is with a lot of money, right? That's the only way you can accomplish it.
Of course. Yeah.
Going back to Noah Lyles, first of all, track, man, is fleeting. You're not hot for long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Second of all, once they're done with this story, the proverbial they're done with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They're completely done with you. And you're going to be, I mean, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but because in my opinion, I'd imagine it doesn't matter. Take it off. Like if I'm the NBA, I'll go, oh, okay, yeah. Okay. National champions. I just take it off. It doesn't matter to me. People don't particularly. I've never in my life, referred to the NBA champs as the world champs. I've never cared. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's never mattered. But nobody goes, oh man, the Lakers, NBA. Like, I'm talking to casual fan. The Lakers are the world champion. Like, people be like, yo, they the NBA champs or the champs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I've never heard a casual fan refer to it. So if I'm the NBA, I go, okay, cool, take it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. Maybe I should go back and actually listen to what he said to form a more accurate opinion, but I really don't care. Mostly because, I don't know why anyone should care. I don't know why he cares. I don't follow boxing really closely.
Yeah.
But I follow it a little bit, right? I've never understood all the different belts and the different divisions or whatever, the different championships that there are out there. It's just that dude got his ass whooped. That's all anybody cares to see. Oh, he got his ass whooped last time he came back and he trained and he won. Fantastic.
Right.
But I know that the W in all of those belts stands for world.
I'm like, heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, boxing in itself can be a world tournament. It can be. It's not
Whatever.
always, but it can be.
Yeah, and now everybody's going to be watching him next time he competes, cheering against him.
Well, no, they're cheering hardcore for him. Like when you should have seen how much they were cheering against the U.S. team in the FIBA tournament. I was like, whoa. That's why I question patriotism. Like, whoa. This is hilarious. I've never seen people go, okay, nah, I want them to lose so that we could say they aren't the world champs. And I'm like, okay, but where I don't particularly care whether
you're talking about
NBA
Americans or people around the world?
Americans. Americans are excited about this loss. This is one of the I would say that I have never seen a greater celebration of a group of Americans losing anything, except for when but you saw some of it when the women's soccer team lost.
Yep.
You saw a little bit of it, like this, that's what they get type thing. And I'm like, but they dominated for whatever, like.
Yeah. And that was a similar dynamic. It was some, bunch of dudes who couldn't get laid when they were in high school, have remained misogynist for their entire lives.
Right.
Lonely. Don't nearly have enough pillows in their house. And now they want to be angry at a soccer.
Devoid of pillows.
A soccer team. Yeah, devoid of pillows. They're not pillow heavy like you and me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got pillows.
Pillow heavy.
Chill out.
That's going to be my new album.
Pillow heavy. All right.
It's a good segue, though. We have a couple of we have a track related topic in the list. Are we going to get to it?
You know what? You want to go straight to it?
We could.
All right. Let's see.
We actually have a couple, but let's do this topic 3, I think.
All right. All right. So topic number 3.
Topic number 1
this
in your heart.
lady reps for huh?
Topic number 1 in your heart.
Yeah, topic number 1 in our heart. This lady reps for all us real ones. Is the title of this. Reason is Somalian sports minister apologizes after slow 100-meter runner goes viral at university games. This is sourced by AP News. Somalian sports minister Nasra Abukar Ali. All right. So the Somalian sports minister, Mohammed Bar Mohammed, publicly apologized and ordered the suspension of the National Track and Field Federation chairwoman, Khadija Adin Dahir. This action followed an incident where an apparently untrained 20-year-old sprinter, Nasra Abukar Ali, represented Somalia at the World University Games in China. She finished the 100-meter race in over 20 seconds, a significantly slower time than professional sprinters. Allegations emerged that Nasra was a relative of Dahir, was given the opportunity to compete due to nepotism. The video shows her slow run. Video of her slow run was widely shared on social media, embarrassing the country. However, Nasra Abukar ended her race with a joyful skip, despite of her last place finish.
Now, I should have told you, you have to watch the video on this. Because it is one of the finest moments of sport you've ever seen captured on video in the history of track and field. But, yeah, she's not fast. She's not fast at all.
The end.
The end. But if we're going to have the concept of a Nepo baby, this is the kind of content that it needs to produce. This is the bar. Okay? I don't want to hear about you took over your daddy's company or whatever and put it in the toilet or whatever. That's easy. What she did took courage.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. She wins.
She was at the starting block looking like she knew she shouldn't be in the starting block.
This brings about a story, but go ahead.
I watched this race several times, and it's not just because it's a 100-meter race and it doesn't take that long to watch, because it took way longer than it should have. But it was so enjoyable. Because this lady, they called her a sprinter. That's a misnomer. She was not moving with a lot of speed.
She's probably faster than me. Check it out. No, she is faster than me. I'm not running 120 seconds. That's probably like a minute. Messing with me, I'm like,
it's not like you gotta stop in round third or anything like that.
You're right, and it's still like a 50
Just
second
run through the bag. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? All right, this is story time, yo. All right, I feel like I've told this story on here before. When I was in high school, I believe it was my sophomore year, I was on the track team, right, tentatively.
Okay.
Right? Meaning I joined, I ran the drills, they had a track meet. I didn't really know what was going on. They didn't communicate very well. I'm just going to say nothing was communicated to me very well at all. So I had no idea what was happening. All I knew was I didn't feel like going to practice. So I was on, and I would actually go to practice on occasion, and I think because I was like showing up randomly, they was like, all right, man, I guess run, don't run, who knows, right? Anyway, the coach told me that there was a track, it was summer, right? It was Mount Sac Relays. These is huge, huge deal.
Okay.
Right? School ends. I chill. Kick it with the homie Cam. I might shoot a basketball on occasion, but I don't run. I don't stretch. I don't do nothing. And then I look up.
Story.
I get a call. I get a phone call from one of the coaches, and they're like, "Yo, remember that the relays is this Saturday? It's Wednesday. I haven't done anything, including go to practice.
It's a relay.
It's a relay.
So
the Mount Sac Relays. Well, no, it's called the Mount Sac Relays.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a meet.
Gotcha.
Anyway, it's Wednesday. I hang up the phone and I tell my dad, "Oh, yo, I got a track meet on Saturday." And my dad's like, "Yo, what the hell is wrong with you? You haven't done any right."
Uh-huh.
All right, this is how I know what type of parenting this was. By the way,
He took you.
I live in a cul-de-sac, right? I go outside. Look, this is how stupid I am. This is why Noah allows you the man, by the way. I don't want to, in the midst of this conversation, I need to also reiterate, Noah Lyles is the man. Like, I don't want to take away anything from him as an athlete. I think what he said is stupid, but as an athlete, yo, I don't want to, there's nothing that can be said about that man. Man, I live in a cul-de-sac. I go outside. I run around the cul-de-sac a couple times. All right, I stretch. Get ready for relays, man.
So you're feeling good?
I'm feeling like, what the hell? They got me in the 200 and the 100. I don't know why they put me in there. I'm telling you, either my dad talked to the coaches and was like, embarrass this little clown. Or the coaches was like, we gonna embarrass this fool. Bro, I line up in the 100, and I don't know what happened to everybody else. They was gone.
You just look like Pigpen after just dust.
Yeah, exactly. I looked up, and I was like, oh, so we running. Like, we not – this isn't a jog around the cul-de-sac. Y'all want to win this joint.
Oh.
So, bro, I Nasra my way to the end of that joint.
Did you skip?
And my dad, it backfired. He was so embarrassed. He was so incredibly embarrassed. Like, that's what you get. What you should have done was been like, ain't no way I'm letting you go to that track meet. But you made me go, and that's what you get. And I had to line up for the 200, and it was the same. I actually ran the 200 a lot better. I think I wasn't in last place in that. I definitely wasn't near first, but I ran the 200 a lot better. But it wasn't still nothing to write home about. But that 100, boy.
Ooh, not a world championship performance.
Not a world championship performance. Definitely, this is definitely on a
wow,
on the lower Italy level performance here. And the funny part is they wanted me to do what's the one where you jump? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Like a high jump? Or
not high jump.
Long jump?
Where you sprint and you jump. I don't know why I can't think of it now.
Long jump.
Hurdles.
Oh. Yeah.
Nah, we went home.
Oh, yeah, you got to skip that.
Yeah, my dad was like, no, absolutely not. He was like, there's no way in the world.
Speaking of which, shout out to, that's what I was saying. There's so many of these track meets and stuff going on. But this actually might have been at the World Athletics, but no, it's the European Championships.
Uh-huh.
You can also check out video of this. So Team Belgium was playing shorthanded and needed somebody to compete in the 100-meter hurdles to not get, I guess, disqualified from a team, team competition, whatever score.
Yeah.
Should still be in contention. So the shot putter from their team ran the 100-meter hurdles because she basically just had to compete and finish, right?
Yeah.
In order to I guess keep them in contention. So she steps up to the line, and she's probably 3 or 4 times taller than any of the other women. And very strong lady. I wish her nothing but the best. She could probably shot put me into next week, but she did it. She smiled. She had a good time. She very carefully stepped over the hurdles because, again, she's about 9 feet tall, about 400 pounds.
I have a lot of respect for people who are great at things. And because I know, man, like I know we sit home, we joke about this all the time, right? Like we sit home and we critique the guy that's at the end of the bench on whatever team. And ain't no way. Man, I play basketball every Saturday and Sunday. I might be the worst person to ever walk into 24-hour fitness in Walnut, California. Period. I'm the worst basketball player ever to walk into that gym. Ain't no way that I could say anything about who deserves what level of champion on what level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people who don't get that.
You'd be like, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't get that. That's the thing. That's the one thing I think that I'm sure I did not satisfy my father's dreams of my athletic achievement. I didn't completely embarrass him, I don't think, too much. And my brother more than made up for it. But I was not that dude. But at the same time, I think he's probably satisfied that at least I learned not to be one of those, I'm going to just go ahead and use some, and this is not to make the entire community of slightly overweight people in our age class feel sensitive, because believe me, it's not about you. But all you fat fucks who never played anything and then want to get on Facebook and talk about how a professional caliber team in any city in this country did not perform up to your expectations in any sport that's ever been invented over the last, yesterday on Sunday. Shut up. Just like I get it. You're a fan, or you hate this team or whatever. I get it. But you look like such a clown. After it doesn't take. That's what I'm talking about with these trolls and stuff like that. It doesn't take but 2 or 3 of those statements for you to look real stupid.
But this goes back to my question: Are we in a point? Are we at a point? One of my social media arguments, and look, we do a show that essentially does this. Although I would say that we're actually not doing it. Now, again, Fizz is going to disagree. Fizz is going to be, no, you're doing exactly what you're talking about, right? But Fizz is my guy. He's full of shit, though. But that's my guy. You know what I mean? I think that things are over criticized now. I do. I think we're overly, like, it's hard to. We grew up in an era, and it would be good to have a nice balance, right? But we grew up in an era where anything goes, right? We may get around each other and not like something, but really it was kind of more in our era. It was more about what you liked than what you didn't like. You know what I mean? We talked about what was dope and whack. But we didn't really dwell before like 94, 95 or so. We didn't dwell a lot on what was whack. It just didn't get play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'd like to believe that. We're probably wrong, though, in saying that. Like, for example, man. I love Sugar Hill Gang. That was one of the first cassettes I ever bought. Love those dudes. I've seen them live. I never realized how completely weird that entire situation was until way later in life,
That's what I'm saying. Because
I also didn't particularly care because, they pulled it off.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't.
In my opinion, they pulled it. I liked it.
You have to turn off the noise. There's a lot of noise, right? Everything you do. So we're at a point now. That's what I'm at. Like, are we at this point now where we spent years on social media listening to each other? We've done a lot of paying attention to how we all feel about things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to go back to not listening to each other anymore? Like, should we just go back to being like, all right, man, right? Like, I'm almost ready to go back to just quiet racism. Like, all right, y'all, Everybody, we out too much. Hey, we all out too much. I already knew this about you. Fall back. You know what I mean? Coworkers, get on back, man. Like, I don't want to know no more. You know what I mean? we could. We don't need comment sections at the end of newspaper articles. Or, I mean, I know you don't have to read them, but my thing is like, you don't even give the opportunity. Like, we know too much.
Yeah.
Everything has a damn chat now. Like, even bootleg games got chats where people, which I'm like, we are literally all criminals right now. Why are y'all talking? Just watch. Bootlegging. How are you bootlegging Disney?
This is property of Major League Baseball. What are we doing?
What are we doing, yo? I don't know, man. I feel like it's time as a society to go back to not listening to each other no more.
I think it's time for, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this since this has turned into the Rugged Sports Radio episode. This is topic 4 on the charts, but topic 2 in your hearts. It's entitled "The F It Olympics," courtesy of AP News. What? Oh, are you gonna run it? Run it?
Yeah, I'll run it. The reason for
yeah.
the F It Olympics is these Australian man plans enhanced games for doping athletes. So APnews.com, Aaron D. Souza and Drugs with a Z are the players involved in this story. Listen, Aaron, an Australian-born and London-based businessman, is president of the Enhanced Games, which he describes as an Olympics without drug testing. He believes this will allow athletes to break all world records by maximizing human potential. The Enhanced Games website claims to have an athlete who broke Usain Bolt's 100-meter record, a record not recognized by the International Olympic Committee. The site criticizes the IOC for vilifying enhanced athletes and revoking their medals for setting records with enhancements. Many, including Australian Olympic Committee, have criticized the Enhanced Games, deeming them dangerous and irresponsible. Aaron insists that the games are morally right and encourages both natural and enhanced athletes to participate. The games will comprise 5 categories: track and field, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, and combat sports. Combat sports. We want natural, and we welcome enhanced athletes, he told the Australian Associated Press. And I hope that the bold, natural athlete shows up to the games and says, hey guys, I'm natural. I'm still WADA compliant, and I'm going to beat all you guys, and that's going to be great television. All right, Kevin, go ahead.
I love everything about this, except for all the heart attacks that are going to take place on international television. Oh my God. Usain Bolt's 100-meter record they broke, which I believe was 20 seconds. This guy is a legend. He's like the Barry Bonds of athletic fans.
I'm so tired of these people, man. What are we doing, yo?
He's turning the Olympics into Amsterdam. What is he doing? What is he doing?
Our whole show is this. Why am I tired of myself? Like, I'm sick of me. Kev, I'm sick of me.
Oh, man. How long do you think this will last? Will you watch it?
Would I watch the Enhanced Game? Bro, I didn't even watch the U.S. Open.
There were no drugs involved.
I'm saying, if I'm not going to watch exceptional athletes do exceptional things, I'll tell you what. Do you know what I have been...
For the U.S. Open, the highest high was when they panned over to Coco's box. And I was like, is that Leon? If after 30 years you could still go by just one name, And you're only one of the 5 heartbeats or whatever the hell he was. You're a legend.
Kev. I am currently binge watching Law and Order. I'm not watching the enhanced. I got other stuff to do. I have other far more pointless stuff to do right now. I am currently I'm on season 7. F with your boy. I am on season 7.
Fun fact
of Law and Order.
There is a building that shows up in just about every single episode where you see sort of like brownish marble, I think, columns and very big staircases and stuff like that. That is the building that my wife used to work in New York. Yeah.
Nice.
The house that built all the pillows.
That's that was the foundation of the pillow bread, yo. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, listen, I'm binge watching Law and Order right now, man. Like I'm not reading, I'm not listening to no opinions on Ahsoka. Like I don't care, whatever. It's bad, it's good, I don't know. Canon, not canon, I don't care no more. I don't care, whatever. Now I'm at this point where like everything's great. Look, the Enhanced Olympics is great. Y'all don't like it, I love it. I just want the opposite of everybody now.
I feel like this was a sketch on SNL or SCTV or something like that, where
the Enhanced Games,
where someone was like deadlifting, and their arms just
probably
tore off.
Yeah.
Hello, man. This guy's making dreams come. This guy's making dreams come true. Only Australians can do stuff like that.
They should just put cameras in the gym I play at and just call this like the Embarrass Games. The oh my God, why is he still playing games? Like all right, man.
Well, this has been fun.
Yeah. It's a good show, man. This was fun. Happy birthday to my homeboy Bug, man. We're recording this on the day of his birthday. I hope you had an excellent day. I hope you actually make it to the end of the show to hear your birthday shout out.
Happy birthday to your brother as well, right?
And to my brother, of course. Yes. He doesn't listen to the show, so
it's all right.
Yeah.
Good. Then we can talk about him a little bit here.
Happy birthday to the person that listens to. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday to my brother as well. Yes. All right, Kev. Well,
we did it.
That was fun. We actually accomplished it. We're back. Who knows how many episodes in a row we'll get to. We have officially become like this is like
your track and field career.
Yeah, this is like my track and field career. I'm like, yo, oh shoot, we got a show? I go outside and walk around the cul-de-sac. Go back in and
run the leaf blower.
Man, she was up there at 7:15 this morning. Oh man, she is not playing, yo. Somebody got to do these leaves. Is her.
That's right.
Opinion. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. This has been Rap 6 Radio. Catch past episodes of Rap 6 Radio on rap6radio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. Holla at us on social media, RSR Podcast or Rap 6 Radio on Instagram. We will catch y'all next time on the count of 3. We say peace. That's 1, 2, 3. Peace. Oh, by the way.
Yes.
I'll be at Continental Club on Friday. Snapback Originals. And I will be in Fullerton on Saturday at the Bourbon Street Bar and Grill for Snapback as well. So
was a Continental Club that spot that I saw you at?
Yeah, LA, downtown LA.
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, it's a dope spot. So yeah. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all, man.
Yep.
Peace.
See you.